Hey everybody, welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. This is a predictions reading concerning the UK recession, possibly coming up, and how bad it's going to be and all that kind of jazz. I've been guided to do this. I've kind of jumped the queue. But if you're interested in this sort of thing, please subscribe and ding-a-ling that bell and like it if you know, don't blame the messenger. That's what I'm asking. Don't blame the messenger. And all that jazz. Do the YouTube things, yeah. Do all that stuff. So I've been guided to use the Kipper deck, which is unlike us to start off in a predictions reading. So I'm just shuffling them, and then we'll get into the predictions deck, and then tarot and all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, these have been asked. That one, okay. And I'm not. I'm not sure why. See, message in a secret and the coffin. Overarching energy, toil and labor. Yeah. So we are. Yeah. It's almost like everything. It's no secret. We're heading for a moment of toil and labor. Right. So then, let's get the prediction deck, and the energy that's warped into this. It feels as it's almost as if this has been. There's a reason to the madness. And I know some people don't like me saying that kind of thing, but it's like it's not a good reason, but there's a reason to the madness. Okay, it's almost that was all for money. A footnote, all for money. Okay, so let's cut this deck and find out, because all I'm getting is that it's all about, like, it's almost like daylight robbery. It's like smash and grab that I'm getting. I'm getting kind of the assets, the farms, the housing, everything's about smash and grab and all for money, and yeah. So here we go. There is the rulership handover. Wow. This feels. We've been talking about this with Rainer and all that kind of stuff. It's springtime. If you've been following along, we've been doing with our Christmas Advent calendars, focusing on a different mystery person per day. It's been coming up very recently in those that springtime. Angela Rayner is out with the begging bowl. Angela Rayner is trying to apologize to people. Angela Rayner is straight out with the the rulership handover of the reins, as it were. Evidence of scandal. This is a planned outcome. Yes, exactly. This is a smash and grab. Everyone's woken up to it. Everyone knows what's going on. But notice the side eye here to us. This is you and me. I always see there's three cards like this, and I always see this as the awakening, the aha moment, the light bulb going off. People, the masses kind of, WTF, what on earth is going on, blah, blah, blah. Realizing the evidence of a scandal, yeah. The breakthrough, politics and government. There we go again. Once again, the light bulb, us. Yeah. The surprise attack kind of feels as if it's kind of the pushback. It's almost like they're not expecting it. It's people speaking up, people protesting, people. For some reason, this is, and I'm not saying do this, right? But for some reason, it keeps coming up for me when I'm kind of like meditating and reflecting and that kind of stuff after each reading and stuff. Quite frequently now, it keeps coming up, and so I'm going to say it now, and we'll see what happens. Kind of a national day of strike action, not from the unions, but from everyday people like you and me, kind of like businesses closed for a day. No one is like, everyone's like, stay at home. We're not doing anything. We're not going to work. We're not going to do school. We're not doing anything. We're staying at home for a day and see, go on in. Now what? Not going to the shops, not going to the supermarkets and all that kind of stuff. All small businesses closed for a day. And it's just like, that's what I keep seeing. Hiding something. The politicians are hiding something. Yeah. Outrage. Sorry, because of the Kipper deck, I've had to slide down, as you can see. Let me just move that out. Stay. Let's just move this up a little bit. And sinking ship. Labour again. Overarching energy. Offerings, donations, supporting each other. Lovely. Underlying energy. Fake news. The excuse for what this feels like the spin doctor energy. This feels like, it's not I don't know why I'm doing stuttering Starmer, because this feels like Rainer, but I don't know. Working people. I don't know. I'm sounding more and more like Zippy from Rainbow. It's not, or Bungle, or whatever his name is. But it's like, the reasons is because of this, that, and the other, and the experts are saying that it's actually this, that, and the other, but really it's like everyone knows what it's really about. Everyone knows what it's going on, and they can't spin it. Right. So let me just move this out of the way, because I just need the space a little bit. So toil and we'll just put it over here. There we go. So let's get the tarot out. But it's all about the money. It's all about smash and grab. It's all about getting the farmer's land, getting the properties, getting just everything, just as much as possible, just so no one has anything. It's all about the money. It's purposeful. It is purposeful. So let's cut the deck. Let's have a look. So, opportunity. Okay. World card. New cycle. Flirting with new ideas. Clarity on us. So this feels, let me just move these up a little bit. This feels very straightforward. This feels as if discovering new ideas. For example, Erendors and I have been researching more and more about getting our food directly from farmers, from their farmer shops, or milk from their milk machines, or like eggs and all that kind of stuff. All kind of like locally sourced. Yes. Does it take a little bit longer? Yes. Does it cost a little bit more? Yes. Do we know that it's definitely from that sort? Yes. Is it bypassing all the big corporations that are actually causing more mischief than mayhem in there? Yes. It's that kind of energy. The Ace of Matches or Wands here is that light bulb moment, the enlightenment we've got here. Twice with you and me. The Ace of Wands is all about that, the aha, the light bulb moments, the finding solutions, coming back to the smaller communities. support. You're not necessarily supporting the local shops, I don't think, but it's more small businesses that go in general. Yeah. The world card. This feels as if a huge amount, especially with the clarity here with the Ace of Swords, the truth, knowledge, wisdom, information, that kind of stuff. It's all about voting with them with your money. I think this change is Three of Wands, the Death card again, King of Cups. It feels like from all this reviewing, Googling, that kind of stuff, I feel like a lot of people are going to start growing food from home, finding alternative options, clubbing together within families, that kind of thing. Three of Wands is that reviewing the situation. The Death card is this change that we've been waiting for, true change. So it's rebirth, reborn, line in the sand, new ways of doing things, bartering with each other, that kind of stuff. The King of Cups is looking at this. This is you and me again, because it's over here. This is all about and the King of Cups is not the one in charge for me of the cups. That's the Queen. So it's kind of not necessarily apprehensively, but just kind of timidly, a little bit kind of, don't quite know what we're doing, but we're going to do it anyway, kind of stuff. But yeah, it's finding solutions and options and opportunities. And it feels very strongly like we see what you're doing. We see how it's all kind of compiling into big corporations. We're not having any of that, thanks. We're going to go somewhere else. We're going to do other things. We're going to go elsewhere, that kind of stuff. So it's very kind of this huge pushback as a community. Nine of Cups, wish coming true, manifesting a new way forward. Knight of Buttons, or Pentacles, sorry. It's slow moving. It's slow moving, but we get there. This, I think, the backlash or the way things have gone awry for the plan, right? All about the money and that kind of stuff. In itself was because the people have lived through lockdowns and found solutions through that situation. And it's obviously it's in living memory now. It's like, okay, we got through that, we can do anything. And that's why a lot of people haven't gone back to work in traditional sense, because it's like, one, we're technologically advanced. It was all right for 2 years working from home. I'm going to continue work. Why should I? There's no reason to go back kind of energy, you know? And it's that kind of working about like that everyone's energized, finding a new way of doing things. We hear what you're saying, we're going to do this instead. And it's on mass. It's on like, I think this is really the final straw, because especially in the UK, it takes a lot for people to finally kind of like, enough's enough. Yeah. Seven of Swords, calling out the betrayal. So not only are we planting this seed of opportunity, which is it's the Knight of Pentacles. It's not like whimsical Ace of Pentacles, or kind of like kind of flirting with the idea of Page of Pentacles. Kind of, what shall we do? This is like putting the action in, making it happen. People, there was at one of the farms the last week or so, because of the Arla thing and all the whole milk thing, there was a queue out the door waiting to, like, normally all the machines are working. There's like 2 or 3 of them, and it's like for the milk and stuff. There was a queue out the door. 2 of the machines were empty. It was like a mass kind of, everyone's going to the local farm. People are learning where things are now. They can Google where things are now. They can find local. It's that kind of thing. The changes are happening. People are learning new ways of doing things, which means that they won't go back. Why should we go back? We can't trust you. I think this is what it is all about, is trust. They're realizing they're being used. Eight of Swords, overarching energy. This feels like this is what it's meant to do. Trap you in. All about the money, trap you in, not a secret, to end the situation, toil and labor. Six of Cups, going back to traditional ways of doing things. Six of Cups, yeah. Local growers, local farmers, local this, that, and the other. I like it. I like that. This is amazing. This kind of everything is in the right time, like working for the right reasons kind of thing. I think the energy that's coming through is the farming thing had to happen, even with Clarkson for the last couple of years on Amazon, that kind of thing, to educate people. The domino effect, what actually goes on. Okay? Now, especially this, people are finding alternative solutions. Like for the new boys and girls, this here, the laptop, the camera, the lights and everything is totally run off grid. We are totally off grid here. It's run by solar panels and a battery bank at the back, right? This is just proof, example, that it can be done. Okay, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm not trying to like salt in the wound or anything, but I'm just trying to inspire. It can be done. We're doing it right now. We've been doing it for months, right? This is it. This is it. Here, in card form, finding solutions, options, ideas, that kind of thing. How can we set these things up? A solar panel roundabout roughly is about 100 quid each. Okay, as an example. The price of entry has plummeted compared to where it was. So it's one of those situations that even though we're feeling trapped and worried and concerned and things like that, the amount of inspiration here, the amount of working as a community here, the Googling for options and ideas, the like finding the clarity and understanding of what we can actually do as individuals, as communities, as families, and that kind of stuff, coming back together, instead of being this constant divide and conquer, divide again, is amazing. This is the change that people have truly wanted to see, and it is going to be one of those situations where I can see like big companies closing here because they can't compete, they can't break through anymore, they can't. I can see the industries that will stay are the things like B&Q, Juicens, what's the other, Perkins, those sorts of things, because people are going there to get resources and materials. Okay. But I can also see that people are going to be calling out certain places, certain kind of restaurants, stuff like that. Where's your food coming from? What are the processing of food and like that kind of stuff. It's a domino effect here. This is the Three of Wands, especially kind of the reviewing. Where else needs change? What else needs change? This recession is meant to do one thing, but the pushback is so great, it does something else. That's the main thing to take away from this. So yes, it may be squeaky bum time, but it's it's going against where they want it to go. They want you to be toil and labor. They want you to be entrapped. They want you to be kind of worried, sick, and all that kind of stuff. But instead, you're calling out as collective the deception, the sneaky bugger kind of energy with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, the thieves in the night, all that kind of stuff. You're supposed to be representing us. Do it, kind of thing. And at this sort of time, this feels like end of February, March, really, where it really kind of starts hitting. This, at that point, enough changes would have been happening in America where even people are like, not just Europe and UK, but most of the world are going to be pointing over there and going, why can't we have that here? We want that here. And that's the ultimate pressure. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, it's trying to put us in a controlled state, but actually it's pushed back towards the little people who are inflicting it upon us, if you get me. So how far, how long, how bad will this recession be? Like I said, it feels like February, March time. Let me cut the deck. Let's have a look. Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords. Nine of Cups again. So this is like, we've got the clarity, we've got the information. We're cutting out the BS. We're cutting out the suppliers we don't agree with anymore. We're cutting out the situations. We're cutting out the people, the corporations, all that kind of stuff. Wish coming true. Hollow victory. Okay. Let's see where this is going. They're blinded. They're going to throw kind of like options and stuff like that. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the one in charge for me. Queen of Cups feels very strongly like kind of a strong offer, compassion. Oh, we know you're feeling, you're going through it at the moment, but I'm sure we can throw you a few beans or something, to make you feel better and stuff like that. But the damage is already done up here. The changes are already happening en masse. So they're still trying to stay in, because they're blinkered to what their fingers in the ear, stubbornness, la 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 la, can't, okay, we'll throw you a few pennies. Knight of Wands. High Priestess. Determination, moving on anyway, following our intuition. This is the awakening. The Moon card, following your intuition again. Overarching injustice. Yes. This is the balancing of the books, balancing of the situation, and then making decisions, plotting, planning, scheming. Where else do we want to make changes? This is determined to take a while. This feels as if, like, this middle ground here, the blinkered thing, the page and the Queen of Cups, is feeling like the elites are preparing for this to take a while, and they can start snatch and grab and all that kind of stuff, and it's going to end people and industry, and it's going to end farms, and it's going to like get the properties back, and it's all about the money and blah blah blah. Not realizing, not hearing, like listening, kind of taking the energy of the room kind of thing, that we're ahead of the game. We're like doing the resources or research on getting the resources and getting sorted and that kind of thing, and clubbing together and supporting the family and the community and that kind of thing. So this hollow victory is theirs, not ours, because we're at a wish coming true. This hollow victory is their perceived outcome, because it's by design. The Knight of Wands here is galloping off again. And this feels like Like, because of this, it doesn't, the effects don't last that long on a ground level, where it screws, it kind of screws themselves over. Let me because I'm trying to get a timeline here, but it, like, how deep, how bad, that kind of energy, but it backfires because it's now that we can start preparing. It's now that we can, now we know this, it's coming. We can see it coming from a mile off. Gain, exactly. We're professionals. We know best. You have to do this. You have to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Self-love, self-care. Beautiful. Independence. Quitting. Withdrawing once again. Overarching energy. Taking care. Like the family, the community. Exactly. Underlying energy. The evidence is clear. The message is in reverse. It's like, it's not a secret. We know it's coming. So it's like people are preparing now. Okay? People are, I don't know, buying seeds, stockpiling food, whatever it is. They have, or they are, and it's like the evidence is clear. It's all coming. So it's like the backlash goes the other way. The big corporations close, and go bankrupt and things like that. It's that sort of industry that goes squiffy instead of the intended audience, if you get me. So that's lovely. I love that. I'm just gonna use the dinky deck. I don't normally use the dinky deck in these readings, but I just wanted to try and get a timeline of this, because it's like February, March I was getting for the actual hit. And I know it's like a certain amount of quarters in blah, 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 and all that kind of malarkey, but it's Ace of Swords again. Ace of Swords again. Third time. Do your research. Get the clarity. Get the truth, knowledge, wisdom, information. Get it going. Get it sorted. Three of Swords feels as if there's the hollow victory again. Notice how they're upset and annoyed and angry by this. Balanced outcome again. Empress, that's us. Hermit. King of Swords again, calling it out. In the cold again. Third time. Oh, hello, there's light there. But, I mean, it's still, no matter how, because the Hermit's shining like what we've done here. We've grown our own food. We're doing our own thing. We're buying, freezers to stockpile, whatever it needs to be. Working with local farmers, etc., that kind of thing. All of this is going against everything they're trying to do. Everything. Because we can see it from a mile off. It's just not going to happen. It's like, technically, it's going to be in a situation. Technically, there are going to be some people that are really going to be suffering. Fair enough, right? Don't get me wrong. But a majority of people are seeing it, preparing for it, and going to get through it okay. A majority of people. And the heartbreak is the fact that it's designed to happen. As an example, and this is just purely an example, just to finish off this, is that I was reading earlier that the pound aren't we so successful? The pound has gone up against the euro, blah blah blah. No. The euro's gone down because of the madness that's going on in Europe right now. The figure you should be watching is the pound against the dollar. That's the deciding factor of where we're going right now, and it's not going very well. So So I would get a support action, especially over Christmas. Families are coming together, friends coming together. Talk about what's going to happen. Talk about a plan of action. Talk about, who's going to take over what and where, and like different responsibilities and stuff like that. Sharing the resources together. That's what I would suggest, especially with the Six of Pentacles there. Get educated. Kind of like start working out where you're going to start sorting stuff out. Suppliers, that kind of thing, alternative ways of doing things, getting yourself sorted, because with the King of Swords, it's like, do we really want to go back? Empress, that's us. Reflecting, it's like, that's our skills, our mindset, our knowledge base, our quite literally our harvests, our food, our resources, our plan of action. Hermit, do we want to go where, as a community, where do we want to go now? We've tried it the big corporate way and we got screwed over time and time again. King of Swords is finding solutions of like, okay, we still want industry, we still like money, we still want this, we still want that. Okay, let's build this thing, or let's do that thing, or do you see what I mean? It's bigger than just survival. It's finding new solutions, new ways forward. And that feels like 18 months. That bit feels like 18 months fully to really kind of, some are going to be a bit faster than others, but it feels like a majority of people are realizing, okay, we need to do a new bartering system. I feel like the town market is going to, I'm seeing kind of the striped canopies. So, town markets are going to go exploding because people are just going to be trading down there. It doesn't feel like much of I'm not sensing Etsy, for example. I'm sensing eBay, but I'm not sensing Etsy for some reason. The market, like I said, things like that, alternative ways of doing things. To really hit the ground running and make things happen for themselves and taking control back again, which is the main theme while Pluto's in Aquarius. I know I've said it. I've said it. But this is what we're talking about. So it backfires. For a majority of people, it backfires. A majority of people are worried, understandably, but because of this plan of action and getting the word out there and seeing the writing on the wall and all that kind of stuff, people can club together. So over Christmas, sign the 3 petitions. Okay, the winter fuel allowance, the farmers, and the general election. Those 3, especially when the old dears are coming around and between dinner and the King's speech and all that kind of stuff, waiting for things to happen. That kind of stuff. Go get them signed up for an email and sign them and all that kind of stuff. Supporting everybody to get that sorted. Also, between friends and family and stuff like that, build a plan of operation. Who's going to be in charge of what? Clubbing together in a community, like almost like a collaborative, cooperative kind of energy. Yeah, working together to supporting your group. Yeah. Because we've got the time for it. We've got 2 weeks basically to really get an understanding and research and clubbing together and making it happen. All right. But this is, I feel a lot more relieved. I do feel a lot more relieved because of what the energies are coming through here. Yes, what's intended is us to feel out in the cold, trapped, toil and labor, hurt, that kind of stuff. What actually happens backfires, but you've got to hit the ground running. We've got to get people together. We've done it before, we can do it again. Okay? So, we'll leave it here for now. Because I'm not going to get a timeline apart from like 18 months for kind of real kind of development. But anyway, until next time where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.